Hi, are they
Hi,
still
everyone.
joining? Hi, everyone.
Hello.
No, feel
Hi,
free to show
Bob.
up. Yeah, feel
Hi,
free. Hi,
Eric.
Hi,
Eric.
good morning. Or good evening.
Good afternoon. Where are you calling from?
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles. Wow. So that's the biggest time gap I think we have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just had a call with somebody from Montana. So yeah, you guys woke up early.
So, yeah,
Good,
have
good.
to.
Have to.
Gotta make it work. So,
Okay, we got more people. So there are not that many of us. So everybody's welcome to show up and say hi. And yeah. We'll just like wait, because I see people like coming. So let's just like wait 5 minutes and then we'll start. Maybe meanwhile, we can use this opportunity and you can introduce yourself so we would be more aware of what you're looking for and how we can be more effective.
Lena, would you like me to go?
Sure.
Yeah, I know
Or
now.
should we wait?
I feel
for more
like privileged
people?
that I already know something about you, but you're welcome, yeah, to share with the rest.
Okay, great. Well, hey everyone. My name is Eric. I have been in digital marketing for about 5 years. But in undergrad, I studied all sorts of things. I was pre-med, biology, technology, arts and media, and did a business certificate. And I've realized over the past few years that I'm kind of less passionate about digital marketing and want to go back towards sciences, but not specifically science, more of a business approach. And so I thought, why not get my MBA? And it's specifically in, innovation and international are two things I'm very passionate about. And so that's why I'm applying to this program. So thanks for having me.
Very
today.
nice meeting you, Eric.
Nice to meet you too.
So you're in the process of applying.
Yes.
And you
Yeah.
want to use this opportunity to learn more information.
100%.
Great.
Yeah.
Good.
So it's a bit of a quick decision for me, but I've been thinking about it for a while.
Okay.
And so I really want to apply and, try and get in as I think it, just the timing makes sense for me right now. So
Well, sometimes last minute decisions are the best decisions.
yeah.
I mean, we tend
Crossing my
to
fingers.
think that, processing for a long time brings you to the best results. But actually, sometimes it can be like, last minute, and it's also good. And it's also always about how we are interpreting in retrospect what we did.
Right. Sometimes you think too long about a decision. And I feel like I've been in that position for so long that it's now I'm just kind of I need to do it. So
amazing.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing. Anybody else wants to say something before we start? Another 2 minutes. Oscar, I see that you are on mute, so maybe you want to say something to us.
Okay, hi guys, how are you doing? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you perfectly.
Yeah, I'm Oscar. I'm from Kenya. I'm currently in Nairobi, and I've been interested in this program for so long. I think I've spoken to you, Elena. I'm not wrong.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, during COVID time, so I'm a startup founder. The first company went to zero runway, and I thought maybe it's about time I go back to school and see what I need to do. So that's why I'm still interested in this program. And I just began the application. Yeah, and I'm looking at tapping into Israeli innovation. That's my interest for now because of artificial intelligence. And what I'm trying to build in Nairobi.
Okay, so hopefully this year.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we still have like 1 minute left because people are coming and I just don't want to repeat everything again. So if somebody wants to say hello, you're welcome to unmute or even unvideo or video. I don't know, like there's no this function how to unvideo yourself. Or we can just start, I guess. And then we'll get to know, hopefully, you guys during this webinar. So, hello everyone. My name is Lena Bliman. I think I've communicated already to some of you, and some of you I know already scheduled some meetings with me. And let's start with the introduction of the head of the program, Jackie Goren. So she will
Hi. Okay,
introduce
thank you,
herself.
Lena.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. I hope that when you join us, so this might be the last time we meet each other on Zoom, because as of next year, we have a strict policy of face-to-face meetings. We do think that there is a lot of value on doing that. So my name is Jackie Goren, and I'm the head of the program of the Sofaer Global MBA program, which is at the Kolo Business School in Tel Aviv University. It sounds a little bit complicated, but it's easy. So our program is a one-year program, and it attracts brilliant students from all over the world. We take no more than 50 students per year currently. And this year we have students coming from 22 countries. So we are very proud about our global program and about the boutique program that we are offering. And I asked myself, and I asked our students why they picked us, because actually we have great students that could go to any best school around the world. So why us? Why to come to the Sofaer Global MBA program? And when I talk to people, I hear that they come to us because they are different, and they understand it in our world today. If you need to come with a unique value proposition and experience to the world that will differentiate you from the crowd. So our program is a great place to start, and it provides both the differentiating factor as well as the solid and accredited academic environment. And other answers that I hear is that they know that Israel and Tel Aviv actually offers the most progressive entrepreneurial ecosystem in the world. So if you want to be part of this ecosystem, they understand that they need to be here, either as an entrepreneurs or potential employees, consultants, or investors. I also hear from them that they know that Tel Aviv University is the best university in Israel, and that the business school is accredited and considered one of the most entrepreneurial business schools around the world. And Lena will tell you all about our accreditation. And they also know that whether they decide to stay here in Israel after graduation, or to go back to their countries, our program will open the horizon for them and will create a network of global leaders that will be their network for the rest of their lives. I think these are some of the reasons why students are joining us. And in this meeting, we want to talk all about the technicalities of our program, but also to put a lot of emphasis on the values of our program. So I think that maybe I will hand it to Lena that will start, and I will jump right back in every now and then. So Lena, the stage is yours.
Thank you. So again, hello everybody who just joined us, or will be joining, I guess, during this call. That's so nice. We already recognize each other. That's really, really sweet. And I guess actually that shows the feeling of this program, what Jackie just said, that why we're different, I guess, and I'm not ashamed to say that we're being called non-traditional MBA from one of our recent alumni, because I think we are, and that shows that how we are on the one hand represent the high level of academia, and definitely our professors are among the best ones and coming from the industry. But at the same time, we have this special atmosphere which goes together with Israeli mentality, that we really welcome everybody and appreciate all of you that you are planning to come here to make all the way from your countries and be the part of our cohort. So let me start with the general presentation. I know that some of you already heard the stuff that I will be talking about, so feel free to ask me additional questions or interrupt me, or Jackie's also here. So let's get to this kind of atmosphere of the class where we have discussion, but not just listening to the professor. So I promise for now there are no grades, And actually our students don't care about grades that much. So let me share my screen and we will switch to some general presentation. And we'll see that we'll still be admitting some, just a second. Okay, so I'm sorry I won't be saying like hello to everybody who's joined us, but I'm really happy to see. I will say hi to tomorrow. So here we are. Again, just showing that it's not that traditional MBA, that we are trying to have some experiments here. We're trying to make it interesting for you and kind of getting back to the atmosphere when you were not afraid of asking questions, not afraid of trying new things, and just to make sure that you are safe here. This is the playground experience. So you will have mentors that will be watching, almost like guiding you. And if you come here, you are very welcome to try different things, things that you are good at, things that you are not good at, things you always wanted to try. I'm just like speaking now about the business, but we will support you. So this is our playground experience. So first of all, when you come here, you will land in Ben Gurion airports. And when you will be landing, you will see a lot of skyscrapers. And sometimes people don't expect this from Israel, but we are hub of innovation, hub of this new technology. When people live on the beach, like you can see people study on the beach, people work on the beach, but at the same time, you still can find some people in the suits and wearing ties. Very serious people are coming here, deciding very serious issues that are relevant to the whole world, but at the same time, they can still enjoy the life. There is this video about our university. I will share the link with you later. So just like not to stop on this, but definitely Tel Aviv is like now #1 city, like the most expensive cities, which has its own advantages that people now want to come and see like what is here and they want to bring more money. On the other hand, you can experience all kind of accommodation, food, environment. So it's like really, really a lot of diversity. I would say like it's also the hub of diversity. So Tel Aviv University, we are the biggest university in Israel. We have 30,000 students. I know that for some American schools, it's not like that impressive, but trust me, for the Israel, we are 9 million something, right? 9,200,000, something like this. So for us to have 30,000 students in the university is amazing. We have 9 faculties, which means for you that you can see actually here is our building and we're just like building the new one. But it also means that you are not limited just to MBA, not just limited to the Polar School of Management, but you have access to all the facilities on campus. You have access to the film school, which is right opposite to us. You have access to all the labs. I mean, if you have the permission, of course, but anyway, you can join. You can join our cybersecurity week that happens every year and bring like more than 5,000 professionals from all over the world. You can go to the music school and play the piano in case you're interested. The social sciences, meetings with different diplomats. Like there are so much things happening just on campus. And yeah, just enjoy this atmosphere. We have what is, I think, very important for you guys, especially 2,000 international students. I think this is like really good number for you to feel special, and to have this kind of a additional respect, and people will be curious about you. But at the same time, you will not feel like a minority because like there are a lot of people here, and definitely you can interact from people from all over the world here on campus. So the numbers, I think the numbers are important. We try not to be super focused on this because we really care about the whole atmosphere and like the complex attitudes towards the education. But definitely we're #1 among Israeli students. And I think especially entrepreneurs, because like the recent statistics shows that more than 50% of entrepreneurs in Israel are graduates from Tel Aviv University. I think what is also important, I don't see like now the participants, but I don't think we don't have any women here except us, Jackie, right? But in general, we have like 55% women on campus. Oh no, I think I saw Ana Paula. Yeah, I saw one. So come and we're already the majority, so definitely come and join us. Definitely top 100 in innovation. Israeli universities always in this list, and we are proud of this fact. And definitely what should be the most relevant for you is like we are number 5 for entrepreneurship. And this is exactly where we are aiming for, but again, not very focused on numbers, but really focused on the achievements of our students and our faculty, which goes together. Again, feel free to interrupt and ask me more questions. I'd be happy to explain, but I guess these are self-explanatory. About us, so we have, let's start. I think it's important we have 1 year, very intensive program. I know that most MBA degrees are 2 years. We're really trying to make it fast, like everything in Israel, everything just goes like super fast. But it means that you have to devote your time to this MBA. It's like completely inclusive. You're staying here on campus. Actually, the whole Israel becomes your campus because you have a lot of meetups out of the classes. You have conferences, you have seminars. Thanks God we're getting rid of the webinars. It's seminars out of Zoom. We go into different field trips. We visit startups. We visit some interesting places, of course, like historical ones, but mostly that would be relevant probably to your future career. So this is 1 year, but we want you to be here like full time and focused with us. We're trying to have not more than 50 students per year. We believe that it's a good number to have enough diversity. As you can see, 22 countries, but also diversity comes from the age. This year, we had the youngest one, 22, the oldest one, 42. Still, the average age was 27. And I think this year it goes a little bit higher, though I know that we have even some people here who are much younger, but we really appreciate those brave ones and those experienced by this age. So that's why we need this kind of diversity. But at the same time, this number of students allows us to know all of you, to hear you, try to help you, as I mentioned, the mentorship in the beginning. So this number exactly is perfect for the playgrounds. So you have enough facilities to be busy, but at the same time, we have enough mentors to watch you and to help you. Part of our curriculum are accelerators and hackathons. So accelerators, we call this the classes that are experiential learning. And actually the result of these classes might be the real venture. It can be the venture like your personal one. You can match up with your classmates. And we have examples of the successful startups that came up out of the program. But mostly for you to experience what is it like. And maybe sometimes, since most of our students got experience in their own ventures, to share the real problems. And that's why we really want people with experience, and so they can speak the same language. They've been through same troubles. They have been through same failures, and actually we'll try to make it to fail even more. I think Jackie really loves this concept that without failures, like there's no success. And how we're making your life even more exciting. We offer you like more than 30 courses. Of course, we have some mandatory courses. I think it's like about 40%, 11 courses that we have due to our international accreditation. And you will find those kind of courses to any accredited MBA that you will go. So it will be there, maybe with different titles, but it will be there. But again, what distinguishes us is those electives that you choose from, and we help to choose you from. And as you can see, we see 2 tracks. They are still pretty flexible. So one of them is entrepreneurship, another one is management in the digital era. But mostly they are in order to keep you in track in your path, because when students getting here, they just get really excited. That's how you're supposed to feel at the playground and you want to try many things. But for us, it's important to keep you on the track and make sure that if you want to try something, it still goes together with your ideas what you should do next, or if you really try something extraordinary, then we'll keep an eye on you just like to make sure that something good is coming out of it. And the hackathons, I don't know, like Jackie, maybe you can talk about like our 2 hackathons that we had this year.
Yes, I
It would
mean,
be so
this
boring
year,
to listen to me.
it's okay. Hackathons, and I don't know if you're familiar with the concept, but hackathon is like it's a blitz. It's like a very short time frame in which you are trying to come up with an idea and an MVP, initial concept or product that solve a specific problem that has been described by people that are in the field. So it's not your own ideation, but it's trying to solve problems that other people are experiencing. So this year we had 2 hackathons for our students. One had to do with water scarcity, and we did it together with students from the Hong Kong MBA program. And partners that were working with us were the Water Authority here in Israel, but also a very prominent NGO from Africa that is bringing water to remote villages in Africa and are facing all kinds of issues. So the students over a period of a few weeks actually got to understand the problem, meet the people, come up with solution, have mentors that help them fine-tune their solution, present their solution, win a competition. And one of the concepts that was developed during this hackathon is continuing, and for that we have a specific tutor or lecture that their purpose is to escort ventures that are coming out of hackathons and accelerators and help them on a one-on-one business development effort as part of a course, which is a very individual course, because our target is that at the end of the day, people will manage to sign agreement with partners or even raise money. Another hackathon that we had last year was together with the Israeli Technion, which is the university in Haifa that is only about technology and engineering, and together with Cornell Tech from the States. And together we built teams coming from these 3 schools. And this time we worked with one of the leading hospitals in Israel. And the idea was pandemic, and especially pandemic in animals, which is an issue now, and we know that a lot of what we're suffering from in the pandemic comes from animals. And again, it was a very exciting course, and I know that one of the teams that comprised of 2 of our students, 2 students from Cornell and 1 student from the Technion, won the additional competition in Cornell and are now in the process of raising money from the World Health Organization. So these are 2 examples of things that we did last year that had to do with hackathons. Always something that has a positive impact on our world. This is something that really matters to us.
Okay, thank you. If somebody wants to ask specifically about this thing, you're very welcome to unmute yourself, or we can wait till the end. So whatever you feel like works better for you. So our credentials, again, as numbers, I think this is the second thing that adults consider to be very, very important. I think it is important that we are internationally accredited, AACSB accreditation, which provides our students with the guarantee that all our faculty went through certain processes, that they have their master degrees or even PhDs, and that they have a certain years of work experience, that we have facilities to teach, and that our curriculum is really fitting into the standard of the international MBA. And the rest is just like the bonuses that I already mentioned, that the pitch book that we are in the 10 top for the VC backup, and also we're number 8 in graduates who founded the unicorn companies, which I think really amazing for for such a not big country as Israel and not that huge amounts of graduates, like to have this amount of founders of the unicorns. So their credentials. Our values, I think we can speak about this forever, because I think this comes for us first, because this is the heart and the brains of, and actually the hands also, I guess, of our program. And again, like, I don't know if somebody saw our presentation before, spoke to us, I think each time we try to pick up one that we love the most. So Jackie, so what's the favorite for you today? you
Well,
want to speak about?
yeah, maybe, I don't know, maybe about chutzpah. Okay, so chutzpah, I don't know if you're familiar, is a word we use it in Hebrew, but I think originally it came from German. And
Yiddish, right?
or Yiddish,
Yiddish.
yeah. Yiddish is
yeah.
the language of the Jewish people that were from Eastern Europe. And chutzpah sometimes have a negative connotation, and that means that you are, speaking out and you're not obeying authority. And in some cultures, this is a very bad sign. But in our culture here in Israel, we look at it as speaking truth to power. I think that this is one of the reasons that Israel is very successful as a startup nation, as we all know it. And that means that no matter how low you are in the hierarchy in your organization, if you have something to say and you can support what you have to say, so you're expected to say it. And the organization around you is willing to address what you had to say. I'll give you an example in the Army, in the intelligence squad. So even if you just, recruited to the Army, they have like an internal magazine that is published every week. And all the soldiers, doesn't matter what your rank, how long you've been to the Army, are allowed and actually encouraged to write comments to things that they see in this magazine. Because the notion is that it's not always about experience or rank that brings the best ideas. Sometimes people with less experience, different point of view, different background, different culture can come up with amazing ideas. And if we create a society that allows them to speak, so this is where, richness and innovation and brilliant ideas will come. So this is the culture of startups. This is the culture of the country, and this is also the culture of the program. And therefore, we can continuously discuss and interact with our students. We are open for them to come up with new ideas and criticism during the year. And part of our commitment to our students is to try as much as possible to try and help them exercise their dreams, even if it was not initially planned as part of the program. And at the same time, if they have solid criticism that we relate to, so we will try to solve the issues. So I think that daring, chutzpah, is a key requirement for innovation. And I think that our MBA will give you the playground or the infrastructure to experience chutzpah in protected environments. So the risk of being a chutzpah is not that big.
Okay, thank you. I'm kind of like lost in choice, but I think today I will go for impact-oriented. Though, like, I'm really always for friendship, I will allow you to find out what is balagan when you arrive here. In other words, in different language, but impact-oriented, I think that's what at least I heard the most during the last years, and especially this year. And when I'm speaking to students and candidates, like every time I'm so happy to hear and proud actually that the students, like the purpose of people taking this MBA, because like they want to improve something, they want to change something for better. And I guess like exactly here is the place where you can find the tools and the people who will support you in all your sometimes even crazy ideas. But again, we have this presumption that you really want the best for the world, for the humanity, and that's why we like 200% will be there with you. And that's why I think impact oriented is like one of the values that really comes, at least today. So number 8, we'll continue this discussion of values later when you come, and definitely happy to answer the questions. Okay, so I think now I get out of the, okay, the timeline. So again, back to the useful information. So we start in October. This year we will start on the 18th of October. Those ones who still hasn't started the application process are in the process of application. It doesn't mean that you still have many, many months to go. But actually, the state of Israel will be on holidays, I think, like beginning from the middle of September. So you definitely want to be done with the visa, with all the kind of stuff, like by the middle of September. And then just like enjoy and maybe come here and join us early. So we'll start the 18th of October and we will finish, most of the students will finish in July. We divide our schedule in 5 modules. You can see some of the classes that would be taken throughout this year. So basically we start with the foundation more or less, and you will have those mandatory courses in the beginning of the year. And so they will provide you with the knowledge, they will provide you with their hard skills and get you ready for your experiments, for your venture creation, for the things that you can try out later throughout the year. And I guess the whole process will be preparing you for more experience, for more hands-on, and you will end up with those ones who want with the fellowship, which means that you will have a chance to really work in the Israeli company within the Israeli ecosystem, and you can continue throughout the summer. And basically, I think what most of our students say when they graduate, that they feel much more confident in what they have been like dreaming about and what they're doing. And this is our intention, to let you out of our playground back to the real world, where you can actually manage, to be the leaders, and see how you can transform this for the better. Jackie, do you want to add something?
No, I think maybe I just want to talk about, that we are moving from, studying the basics into experiential learning. So we put a lot of emphasis on experiential learning in different levels in entrepreneurship and innovation. We also have a course in management consulting for people that are more interested in that. We have a hands-on course in venture capital for people that are thinking about that direction. And I think that one thing that is missing here, I just noticed, is the exchange program. So
it's coming.
No, it's coming in so that's really, really, really important. And therefore, I think that the program will become more and more, I guess, interesting as we move forward, because the basic is, in the beginning, and it's always hard and demanding and sometimes arbitrary, because you don't really understand how the picture is created from all the bits and pieces that you learn. But we put a lot of emphasis in trying to harmonize everything and to remind you in each course that we move forward, where is it coming from, what are the bases, how the things that you learned before are integrating into that. And we see the entire year as a one integrated process that we want to take you through with us.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so that's actually exactly what follows after the regular school year. This is a study abroad option. So we are pretty flexible, so you can finish by July and be done. In fact, you can finish even by June if you get enough credit, so you can be free to go. But of course, most of our students are staying till the end. And actually, just like today, I got the statistics that 14 of our students from this year are going abroad. And they're going to all continents almost. So we have students going to Europe, we have students going to Hong Kong, we have students, of course, going to the US, to the Kellogg School, to NYU, to Wharton. We have students going to Australia this year, very brave students, and some students going to Singapore and Italy, Baccani, yes. So like the geography is pretty big. We have more than 100 options, and we have a special person, curator, who will take care about this issue. Like when you join us in October, you will have the introduction to everything that is happening here. And then you are, actually, I think you're eligible to pick up to 8 destinations. I don't know why, I think like 3 is more than enough. And usually people come in here, like they know where they want to go, and just to have plan B and maybe plan C. But we help you to prepare the documents and definitely assist you with the application process. And I think it should be done by December. So somewhere in the end of the spring, you will know like where have you been accepted. And we are very, very proud of our students who are going for this semester, bro. There's opportunity to go for the short term as well. And just to mention one more time, it is included into our program. So like there's no extra stuff. It's part of the curriculum. So you will still earn the credits that you need to graduate. Fellowship, yes, we discussed this. The fellowship, again, it's an elective. You don't have to take it, but definitely I think 80% of our students, or maybe even more, using this opportunity, and they stay and they work within the Israeli company. We have a requirement of minimum 120 hours, but definitely it's up to you. We help you to find this internship. We have a career management center. Actually, the students who are already confirmed with this year studied their communication with them already. So they share the CV, they working on the LinkedIn profile, and they kind of like preparing before they even come here. So what they should be looking for. And definitely we provide different resources, what is available. And again, our students, they are super proactive and they're not just happy with the database that we have. And in Israel, it happens a lot. You just like meet somebody during your jogging in the evening or early morning or in the cafeteria or somewhere else. And you start speaking with a person. It turns out that they CEO of some company and they just like, can I work here? And then in this situation, you should still come back to us and make sure with the career management center that it's a really good company and that they have the right position for you, that they will use your skills in the right way. And then we'll be happy for you to actually find the place where you'll be happy to have your internship in. Some of our alumni, I know sometimes it's boring to read this stuff, so you are very, very welcome to reach out to them. We have the page on LinkedIn. There are two pages like Sofaer Global MBA and Alumni. I think for Alumni you need special permission, but for the Sofaer one, you can see our students there and you can find somebody from either your country, or I don't know, like your age or your interests. And as far as I'm aware, they're all very nice people. They're still very nice people, despite of what they have achieved and the positions they are at now. They still remember how they were on your place, how they were supposed also to choose if it's the right place, if it's the right program. So that's why they're really nice and feel free to reach out to them. Who you are. So yeah, whom are we looking for? I think it's also important to mention because we care about who is coming here and whom we are helping and supporting. Definitely open-minded, but I think it's like, I think the fact that you're already interested in coming to Israel, it means that you're open-minded. We're definitely looking for creative people because life now is not easy and we need just like sometimes very, very creative solutions. Daring, that's also chutzpah. Jackie said a lot about it. Hardworking, yes, it's not just fun. I know I said a lot about playground, but hardworking, 10,000 hours rule works here. So if you really want to be good at something, you have to do 10,000 hours of this. And you are expected to be hardworking. And it's funny how you see people coming back after having like a lot of work experience and they coming back to us and like they know that they have to go back to the library sometimes, that they have to study. They have to work in the projects. Like sometimes they have to sacrifice their sleep. Sometimes they have to sacrifice their social life, but it's a serious program. Like despite of the word playground, don't be confused. It is a serious MBA. And again, since we are internationally accredited, we have like really high standard requirements for graduation. So hardworking, please. And impact oriented. Yeah, that was my word for today. Definitely whatever we do, we are considering. So that's what we are expecting from our students. Requirements, I think, again, like all of you probably went through this. Of course, like we need your first degree, proof of English proficiency if you're not coming from the English-speaking country or your first degree was not in English. 2 letters of recommendation, CV, personal essays. They're part of the application form, so we don't need like the whole story of your life or some, I don't know, like a lot of stuff to know about you. We just like really need to know something that will distinguish you among the rest of the applicants. GMAT, GRE, I know it's like the most painful question, but again, there are some waivers possible, and I'll be happy to talk one-on-one and tell you what are the options. The admissions interview, which means that you will see Jackie again, and the application fee, everything is online. So yeah, it's pretty intuitive, and I don't think that it causes a lot of problems. And again, I'm here. So if you have any questions along the application process, you're welcome to join, but just chat, there's something. Okay, I will quickly say the conditions for GMAT waivers. First of all, if you have 5 years of work experience, you can take the internal test here with us, and we will get you prepared for this. Another waivers are that you have PhD, or you have your bachelor degree in science and your GPA is over 90, or you have your master degree also in science, in computer science and economics and management, and it's also above 90. Or if you happen to study in high school in the US and took SAT, so if your SAT is above 715, that you're also eligible for GMAT waiver. The rest we can discuss. I hope, Oscar, yeah, I answered your question. And I think actually your scholarships are still available. So please, you can use the Tau International website to see what they have left there. We have our ambassador scholarship that when you will be representing our program in your own country. We have a financial based scholarship. It means that we will ask for an essay explaining like why do you need it and how much would you need it. And merit based, again, if your GPA is above 90, we will be happy to consider you. And you are welcome to apply to any external scholarships. By external, I mean, like, first of all, since we're in Israel, there are many Jewish organizations. But even if you are not Jewish, there are many governmental programs that support their own citizens. And we'll be happy to sponsor some of the programs. Just a second, I will check. Okay, welcome. Yeah, so this is a scholarship. And this is our team. So you already know half of us. So you know Jackie, you know me. And we also have Eric, who is our community leader. And this will be the first person you know as soon as you are confirmed. And we have Tatiana, who joined us recently, and she will be helping Eric and me, and very, very, very nice person. So you will really enjoy communication, I guess, with all of us. So that's it. I'll stop sharing, and it's time for questions. And Jackie, if you want to add something.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, David, we can hear you.
All right, thank you, Lena, Miss Lena. It's nice. I want to really commend you for this.
And I think now we stop hearing you. But David, I'm planning to go back to ours. If you want, you can write the question in the chat, so maybe it will work better, and we will be happy to answer it, because we don't hear you now, unfortunately. So meanwhile, while David is writing, somebody else want to say something or ask something?
Hi, Lena. So
Yes, hi.
I had a question about, to introduce myself, my name is Anant. Thanks so much for doing this presentation. So I had a question about work opportunities after the MBA. So I'm not very familiar with like what the student visa allows you to do. So is it like similar to, say, for example, the US or the UK, where you have a certain number of years guaranteed that you would be allowed to work on your student visa after the MBA is done?
Okay, got you, Anand. Thank you for the question. Unfortunately, we're still, like the service rule, not at that stage as the UK or US. So you are not allowed to work under the student visa. So you can have this internship with us, but it's not going to be paid. And as soon as your visa is over, you will have to leave the country, unless your employer will say that, Anand, we really enjoyed working with you, and we are planning, I don't know, like to develop new product that you can be responsible for, or to develop the new markets. and then your employer might be applying for your work permits. I don't think that it happens a lot, but at least like this year, we have 2 students, non-Jewish, without the citizenships, who were able to do this. But again, not guaranteed.
I think that we see more, I don't know if you hear me because Lena, do you hear me?
We hear you.
Because my Zoom is, this year, as Lena said, we had 2, one from Japan and one from China. And it requires the companies to approach. I think that we see more of these things happening lately. First of all, I think that the companies here in Israel learn how to do it. And second, they're looking for people that they will get to know during the fellowship, and maybe afterwards will be their representatives, let's say, in a new market that they want to open. And as you know, the Israeli high-tech ecosystem is grown up now, and we see more and more global companies, real companies, not just startups that are being sold immediately. So company like the one that hired our 2 students are actually considering opening Japanese market and the Chinese market. So for them, it was a great opportunity to get to know these 2 amazing students during 2 months of fellowship. And now they approach for a visa for them, and they got a visa. So actually, they're going to work there. Having said that, yes, I mean, I don't want to deceive or say we don't have here, unfortunately, a very solid policy of visa, working visa, and this is something that you need to consider as well.
Right. Okay. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Anybody else?
I have the question.
Sure.
What
Andre, hi.
Hello. What are the schedules of the lessons, and how does they split, like with the percentage of the practice and lectures?
Okay, so I think that we will upload very soon the schedule. I think it's going to be sent to the students that were registered, I think, very shortly. We concentrate everything in 4 days a week, Sunday to Wednesday. In Israel, Sunday is not a holiday. It's Friday and Saturday. And we try to keep Thursday open day. Usually a day starts at around 9 or 10, and it goes, within our program, it usually ends by 5 or 6 in the evening, with some breaks in the middle for lunch or for working together, etc. And because you're also getting to choose student courses that are not just from our program, from the exchange program, from the regular MBA program. So these are usually happening later in the evening, like from 6 to 8 in the evening, sometimes even on Thursdays or Fridays. So this is why we build it in a way that will allow you to take additional courses that are not our courses, and there will be minimal overlapping. And the first 2 modules will be more concentrated with core courses, which is a preliminary knowledge that you need to know in order to do anything. I mean, if you want to develop your business plan and you don't know the basics of a business plan and how it works and how to do financials, etc., so it will be hard. So we start with the basic core courses in the first module, but we do have a course about the Israeli ecosystem, about tools in entrepreneurial and innovation, entrepreneurship and innovation, and we have a course in design thinking to entrepreneurship that starts in the first module. Then in the second module we have more experiential courses. We have the hackathons. We have a pitch of the design thinking course. And we start also touching on the principles of management consulting. for students that want to do management consulting. On the third module, we have the new venture creation, which is a course for startups that are a little bit more developed, that want to put a lot of emphasis on their business plan and marketing plan. So that starts on the third module. We also have a course of digital innovation with the lecture that actually was chosen to be one of the best 40 lectures under 40 by Ports and Quotes, which is the most prestigious MBA magazine in the world, Leo Zamanson. So he will come here to do this course for you. We have the VC course starting on modules 3 and 4. And we have some additional core courses, but they're not, the emphasize, the main thing. We have course in negotiation, and we have course in all kind of, blockchain and artificial intelligence and big data analytics. These kind of courses we see more on modules 3 and 4. We have the practicum of management consulting, in which we consult to companies, impact companies, mainly from food tech, health tech. This is what we had this year. I hope it will continue like that. And the exchange, which is really, going broad, and the fellowship starts on modules 4. As we move forward, it will be more about experiential learning, teamwork, and some, very unique, specific courses that bring extra value. That has to do with the fact that we are here in Israel. Technology is and innovation is something that we do all the time. Core courses are more in the first and second module.
And also, I think it's important to say that we didn't mention this before, but for those of you who already had their first degree in economics or business administration, some of the courses can be waived. So we will study, the professor of the course will study the syllabus, so you wouldn't have to repeat one more time what you have already studied, especially if it was like a recent thing. And I saw there was a question, GPA, so we will have to, there is the merit-based scholarship. So if your GPA is over 90, so it means that you need to upload your transcripts, so we would evaluate it into the Israeli system. So if it's like above 19, you definitely can apply for the scholarship.
Lena, what does a 90 GPA translate to on a 4.0 scale?
The best way is actually to submit it, right? So I will send it to the special department with their calculators and like the big tables of all the international system in the world. And so they will get back to me and I will see, because I don't think it's like this direct transition, because like they have their own calculations, but as soon as I have it, I have this official statement and then we can definitely go back to this.
Okay. I had a question regarding fellowship opportunities. Are there specific companies that specifically work with this program, or are you able to kind of create your own? How does that typically work?
Both. We do have companies that are continuously coming to us, but we encourage the students to reach out and to use our network, personal network, program network, and actually use this experience in order to find the companies that are right for them. What we did this year is that we sat one-on-one with each one of the students, including me. Students went to my LinkedIn page, came to me and said, I want introduction to this or that or whatever. And actually we did it, and many students managed to get their own fellowship. And I think that that's much better than a set of companies that might be great, but not necessarily to what you're looking for. And I think that the whole experience of, reaching out, finding the company, discussing it with them, I think this is by itself a very good, opportunity to learn and expand your horizon here.
Awesome. Definitely. That's helpful. Thank you.
Israel is a perfect environment for this. Just like, to come and say hi and like, I'm this one, I want this one. Let me help you. So perfect. Yeah.
Guys, I really want to apologize, but I need to go and be in another meeting in 5 minutes, and I do need to move. It's not a Zoom meeting, so I need to move. So I leave you in the safe hands of Lena. And if you have any further question to me, so Lena can leave you my contact details, or you can approach her and she will forward it to me. And I'm looking forward to see as many of you, in our process. We don't have much time, but we are still looking for 5, exceptional great students. So if you think that you're one of them and you're interested, so we would like to see you. Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, Jackie.
Bye, Jackie.
Bye.
So guys, any more questions, comments, thoughts to share?
Yes. What's the application deadline? So is there a strict deadline in place, or is it rolling like the website says?
Yeah, so there was a strict deadline, but we're in Israel, and as Jackie mentioned, we still have 5 places that we will be happy to consider the students. And Andrei, I'm not talking about you. You're already in the process, so you're like out of this 5. So yeah, you are. Because like you submitted everything already. Yeah, and Eric, I remember about our arrangement. So yeah. Like the moment you start the application process, of course, we'll keep you in mind, and yeah, we'll make sure that the spot can be safe for you.
Right. So basically, as soon as possible.
Yeah,
like
definitely. Definitely, yeah.
Okay,
and like there are 2 things like important as soon as possible, because there is 1 week in August, at the end of August, that the whole university goes on holidays. And as I said, like starting from the mid-September, there will be holidays in Israel.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Understood. All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
I think it will be cool everyone to hear about some cool stories about students who grew up after your scholarship and like started the company like Viber, like Google from the Stanford University, and etc.
Well, I think that's a very good question, because we have the success stories, and sometimes just like we don't know those names because like sometimes people don't want to open up. But most of them, like Israelis also, and we welcome them to our meetings, and they share their success stories with you guys and invite to the companies, and sometimes they are among those companies that are in the database of the career management center, so you can join them. Again, they will not like the famous film directors, right? Or they're not Zuckerberg or something like this. But these are the people who are, at least they made an impact. And again, like I really encourage you, like not to listen just to me or to Jackie or people from the administration or from the program. Reach out to the students directly. In LinkedIn, you will get like first-hand information, and they're happy to share.
All right.
Yeah. Anything, or I think Anna Paula, you scheduled the meeting with me, direct one, right? So we can.
Yes,
Yeah.
I have like there are questions already, but I can approach you on the meeting we have scheduled.
Okay, good. Looking forward to it. As I mentioned, yeah, unfortunately, you are the only one lady here except me and Jackie. So we really want it to be more or less equal, yeah.
Representing.
Yeah.
We have Africans around that.
Sorry?
You have students from Africa.
We have, this year we have 1 student already confirmed from South Africa, but definitely nobody from Kenya yet. So definitely would be happy to have this diversity represented here. So Oscar, go ahead and apply.
I did have a question, but it's more
Sure.
of an interest on like how many people actually after the MBA focused on entrepreneurship itself, because I imagine you already have a lot of links with other companies and just work for other companies. But what percentage just focus on developing their own entrepreneurship, or like?
Well, okay, got it. It depends actually like what the time scale we're talking about. Like there are some people who are already coming with their business, right? And so we are helping them to improve it or to scale up even. And as Jackie mentioned, we have this course, the new venture creation. So like people are coming there already with the ideas, and then they got the team of the students who help them to work on this thing. Sometimes it happens that you meet like a business partner here and you're coming up with a business and you're coming up with a startup idea. I don't think the percentage is still, I think maybe varies from 30 to 40, because it still takes some time, and some people, they're still not that confident and they want to try to work either in the big company, or sometimes they get a very cool position during their internship in some really cool startup, and they really want to enjoy this atmosphere before like putting all the responsibility on their shoulders. So definitely a lot of possibilities, like people working in the banking, in the real estate, many working in the research and development, business development, marketing for sure. So definitely up to you. But still, I think 90% at least of our students are coming here with the idea that they want to be entrepreneurs. Not all of them are living with this idea. And I also like happy about this fact, because like there should be some people who do some operations without whom like those great entrepreneurs wouldn't be able to exist. So that's also important. Yeah. So I think we sure welcome and looking forward to our meeting. So I think that's it, guys. Thank you for joining us. And...
Sorry, I'm back. Hello.
Oh, hi, David. Hello. I think you missed all the stuff, but I'll be happy to send you the recording. So we're recording the whole thing. So I can send you, and you're welcome to schedule another meeting with me if you have
my network
a specific question, and maybe when your connection is better. Yeah.
Maybe I need to schedule. How do I schedule a one-on-one meeting with you?
I think we already had one meeting with you. It's the same link. I will send it to you, and
okay. All right.
Just a second.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, maybe just before we leave, I can send actually the link to schedule the meeting with me, and I think that's where we can end up, at least for today, but not for, just a second. I'll send it here.
Thank you.
Here you go. Oh, just a second. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Okay. So, guys, it was nice seeing or listening to most of you, and hope to see you here one day. And good luck with your application.
Okay. Thank you so much, Lena.
Yeah. Have a good day. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Okay. Bye bye. Bye bye. Yeah.